Here he goes again. David, your Richmond prediction means nothing. The point is, you are one of the only couple people that predicted Richmond outside of the 8. Their expectations were very high, and you dissed them by putting them 9th. You were so rude to Richmond after they smashed Hawthorn, and you wanted them least to win the flag last year, even below Geelong, your rivals, and bloody Collingwood. Regardless of Richmond this season, you predicting them to finish outside the top 8 does not prove your point, because very little people saw that coming. The gains that Richmond had made, like 99% people think 2023 would be a great year from them. Well, it wasn't. The fact that they didn't have a good season just proves my point that they weren't going to do well in the first place. My prediction was correct. Actually, it wasn't correct, because I predicted them to fight for the 8. They didn't even do that. Second, last year, I travelled to Australia and Richmond smashed Hawthorn at the MCG. I was there. Yes, it was bad. That was in round 22, 2 weeks before the finals and like a week before my video, right? Of course I was going to say I want them at least to win the flag because I literally watched them smash my team a week before. So obviously I would say that was different. The tensions were running high. Obviously, do I want Hawthorn to smash Richmond at some point? Yeah, of course I do. Of course. But that doesn't mean I bloody hate them. I've been singing along with Yellow and Black for so many years just for this nonsense to come out. These allegations are ridiculous. They are threatening my career. Calm down. Breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. But as I was saying, this is the key word right here. Expectations. Let me make a point here, right? Because this is where this guy is a hypocrite, okay? Because he said, I hated Richmond and I was incorrect for going into expectations because people expected them to do well and I predicted otherwise. So he said, oh, because of their expectations, I should not have done that. But I put the Giants last and everyone had the Giants below the 8. Everyone had, like most of the people who predicted the Giants put them like 14th to 18th. I was not the only one to put them last, right? People expected the Giants to not be good in 2023. And they weren't even good until like round 15 as well. That's another point to make out. They won 4 of the first 12 games. They were at one point the only team that West Coast defeated for the first 12 games. Until like round 16, no one even had on their minds that they would make the finals. No one had that on their minds, okay? For most of the 2023 season, the Giants were not there anyway. So people expected the Giants to do badly, and I put them down as well, and this guy was angry about that too. And he said it doesn't matter if you're correct or not. If it doesn't matter, why are you angry about both? Either you're angry about Richmond or GWS. You can't be angry about both because they contradict each other. You're talking about expectations. I literally, like I said, Richmond, I put them 9th, they finished 13th. I was incorrect, but apparently sure, it was incorrect in terms of position, but I was correct in terms of them not making the finals, okay? I was incorrect about the Giants, but he's going off expectations of Richmond. The expectations of the Giants were that they would not be anywhere near the 8. That was the expectations of most people for the GWS Giants. They made the 8, made the prelim, they were great. But this contradicts everything. Either you are angry about my Giants prediction, or you're angry about Richmond's prediction. You can't be angry about both, especially using expectations. Because of Richmond's expectations, my prediction was bad. But based on the Giants' expectations, my prediction was good then. But you're angry about that one as well. You see why it makes no sense? You see why it makes... This is the main guy accusing me of supporting Carlton, by the way. This is the main guy. Credibility is out the window. The English language has stayed in the building longer than this. My words. I need a stone cold drink, my friend. I can't be arsed. Expectations! Can you believe that, James? Expectations. Expectations. What do you think, son? Where are you? You're over here. What do you think? Expectations. Can you believe it? Can you two believe this? Because I can't. He said expectations. Yeah, I know. Can you believe that? I can't believe it. I genuinely can't. I can't. Had enough of Mr. Cat. According to him, me being correct about Richmond not making the 8 doesn't matter because of their expectations. By that same logic, me putting the Giants last does not matter because of expectations, because they were not expected to do well. So I am not having this. Not having this. I'm fairly certain that more people had the Giants outside the 8 than Richmond. I looked through hundreds of Giants predictions and one person put in the 8. I am not having that for expectations. Either Richmond is a bad prediction or the Giants is. They can't both be bad predictions. You had free ammunition as well, because the Giants 18th looks awful right now. It looks awful. That's all you needed. But this entire argument here has contradicted the Giants thing. So now my Giants prediction does not look bad, going by his logic. So, you know what? 100 times. I'm hysterical. I have lost it. This series loses me mind. I can't even speak English properly. Well, this series loses my mind. That doesn't make any sense. There's not enough space on the sheet. That long line is Mr. Cat. That's only 60. I should have left the whole line. I've been sat here 30 minutes doing everything I've done so far, right? I've already spent 12 minutes on this one comment. Again, it's just using his logic at the end of the day, all right? I predicted Richmond to not make the 8, and they didn't. And he was angry about that because everyone had them in the 8. Most people did anyway. Expectations. That's all that matters apparently. Apparently getting it right doesn't matter as long as, you know, the expectation was different. By that same logic, based on expectations, if you put the Giants last in 2023, it's now not a bad prediction. It's his logic, not mine. So we'll leave it at that. Ultimately, I said Richmond won't make the finals. They didn't. I put the Giants last. They made the prelim. The Giants prediction is awful. The Richmond one is good. That's all there is that should be. That's all that should be there. Like, what you should say is, he hates the Giants. He put them last. How dare he do that? They made the prelim. They took the best team in the comp, only lost by 1 point in their own backyard. You had the ammunition right there with the Giants. But you went at me for Richmond for some stupid logic. You know, I'm moving on. You just made the list! You just made the list! You just made the list! You just made the list!